The 30th anniversary of Amy Grant's iconic Heart in Motion album is out, and here to talk about it is none other than the Grammy Award winner herself, Amy Grant. Welcome to the Sami Show, Amy.
How are you doing? I'm glad to be a guest.
I'm really well, and I want to see how you're doing. I mean, you've had some really impactful life struggles, health issues, but how are you feeling these days?
I feel fantastic. Um, I don't know, this last year and a half, sometimes it feels like the year that never happened,
Hmm.
and then sometimes it feels like the year that changed everything.
Hmm.
And so during that, all my family, we had COVID. We've watched the world shifting, opening, our perspectives changing, and then somewhere in the middle of that, I had open heart surgery.
Right.
And so what I never felt like was, oh, the world is just rushing on and I'm at home recuperating. I was
Hmm.
like, well, everything has stopped. This is perfect timing. So,
Yeah. And, when I was reading the article in People Health, I was interesting that you really took this as a time to reflect. And I think I'll say, especially as women, I've shared some of the same struggles as you have, shingles at a young age. We don't listen to our bodies. What advice would you give for women in particular about really paying attention to those signs that we're really quick to push off because, frankly, we're taking care of other people, especially in our family?
oh gosh, Sammy, I feel like most of us learn really good lessons the hard way.
Yeah.
So even if I were to give some advice, I know nobody will listen. But I guess the gift of time is, I mean, there's some seasons of life that you're just hanging on for dear life.
Mm.
Work is demanding everything you have. Family's demanding everything you have. It's just like, no, I'm not allowed to get sick. I'm not allowed to slow down. I'm not allowed. I'm not allowed. And I guess I would just say uh, it's important to have moments of peace,
Mm.
even if it's 90 seconds,
Mm.
to say, I'm going to just the toddlers are screaming, but I can see them through the door. I'm
Yeah.
just going to go outside and hear some bird song and take a deep breath.
Yeah, that's great
Um,
advice. I mean, like you say, it's hard to hear, but I think if we don't repeat it, then we don't know to follow it. So I appreciate you just being vulnerable enough to share that. I mean, you look great, you look timeless, your music is timeless. It's hard to believe that the 30th anniversary of Heart in Motion is upon us. What can people expect with this newly remastered edition that's coming out?
well, the first off is just a reminder of that music. I'll be
Mm.
honest, when we started delving into that, I mean, several of those songs I do in concert, but I had not listened to that record like putting the needle down on the first cut. I bet it'd been 15 years.
Mm.
And so, what, I don't even think it was available, and it wasn't in print, it wasn't a CD, and people would say, "Can I have a copy of such and such?" And I said, "I have not had that for a long time." I think the first thing is just to go, "Hey, remember that time in life." I've really enjoyed taking a bunch of those songs and putting them back in the live show. I'm back on the road,
Yeah, well,
and
no, and you have a vinyl coming out as well, or that's out. And you
mhm.
mentioned being on the road, which I mean, you were my first Christian concert, if I'm allowed to say that. I'm so excited that
Come
you're out on the road.
on.
Tell me, so you are on the road, right? Where can people see
Yes.
you? Where can we find out about Amy Grant on tour?
Oh my goodness. Well, in the beginning of September, we're going up to the Northeast, Boston area, coming down. October, we're headed to the West Coast and all places in between. So, amygrant.com if you want to come to a show. And it's a good long night of music. And gosh, it just feels so good after
Mm.
COVID to be making music. Like the first show, I was choked up even in sound check because I've just so missed that feeling of, that it just feels like companionship and love and a unifying experience, all those things that happen with live music. And we haven't had a lot of that.
Yeah, I think you just said it, community, relationship. I know you're getting ready to celebrate, I believe, your 21st anniversary with Vince as someone that's, I know I'm on my second chance of love in my 40s, and I just want to say you guys are an inspiration. Any quick relationship tips that you want to leave us with for those of us that are hoping to make that milestone as well?
Um, Words go a long way.
Mm.
Words go a long way. I want to say to every man, it takes 30 seconds to say something kind and uplifting to a woman.
Mm.
Um, you know, I don't just whatever.
Yeah.
And Vince has said complimentary things to me sometimes, and I've said, I don't care if you are lying through your teeth. Please don't ever stop saying that.
And that's the perfect way for us to end. I mean, I think you've said it for all of us. Amy, you are just a breath of fresh air. Thank you so much. Make sure to head to amygrant.com to find out more about the album, the tour, all of it. Amy, thank you. Be blessed and good health upon you and your family.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Take care, Sami.
Bye-bye.